welcome to WWA Wrestling with Adversity. This is the Kick Out Show where we talk professional wrestling, our passion, and mental health, something we all don't look at as much as we should. Especially in the world of sports, you see a lot of people struggle after sports comes to an end or when they face injury, and it's something that goes on in the background and we don't get to see that. Randy Orton spoke specifically recently with Stephanie McMahon about waking up one night when he was injured and he was away that time. He had anxiety and he woke up in the middle of the night, went outside his house and was walking the grounds in circles and he didn't know what was wrong. And it wasn't until he went and got help that they figured that it was anxiety and rumination. And anxiety comes from, a lot of times it can come from trauma, especially in our younger years, but a lot of pressure as well. And, the brain gets used to a certain pattern of thought. And if you're always worrying and always thinking about things that can possibly go wrong and trying to fix things, it can lead to anxiety. And especially if that goes on for a long time and becomes chronic, it can become a disorder, as they call it. It doesn't mean you're broken. It's just your brain has learned a way of thinking and now it's stepping in to protect you from all the things that it thinks is going on. So, anxiety itself isn't dangerous. It's not abnormal to have anxiety. It's just a feeling like other things: joy, laughter, fun. These are all things that are part of the human experience. But when anxiety then becomes chronic, then we can get into these real bad funks where we're kind of trapped in fight or flight. And fight or flight can be described as this initial reaction. It's almost like the action happens before you even thought. You get a trigger, bang, and straight away you're into fight or flight. It's like you need to mobilize. The adrenaline hits in your chest. You might go hot, you might go dizzy, your hands might tingle. All different sorts of symptoms can happen when anxiety hits like that, when fight or flight hits, and it can be very difficult to get out of. And almost like it will keep going because you're trying to escape from it. So that can be very difficult for people. You just want it gone. It's such a horrible feeling to feel like you're trapped in that. And then you'll start maybe researching online, how do I get out of anxiety? And you might hear a lot of stuff about deep breathing and meditating and journaling and all these things. And they have their place. They certainly do. But that trapped feeling can almost, the need to escape from it almost fulfills that prophecy then that you're trapped. So you're confirming, I am trapped, therefore I need to escape. And then the trying to escape is confirming that you feel trapped. Randy Orton went through that recently. He said he was even having panic attacks. And a panic attack is an overwhelming feeling of a loss of control. I'm sure many people have experienced it that are watching this, and even if you haven't, maybe you know somebody that has, and it can feel like a complete loss of control. It can be brought on by hot temperatures, cold temperatures, crowds, leaving the house, sitting watching TV. That used to happen to me. It was like a feeling of threat and like I couldn't escape, and I didn't want my son or my partner to see how strange I felt, and I just wanted to get up, and not being able to get up because I didn't want to scare anybody made it even worse. And it's all going on inside your mind and it's just stacking one on top of the other. So he said at the time of that interview that he hadn't had a panic attack in, I think he said 6 months, due to therapy and understanding what it was. Now, understanding won't necessarily fix the issue, but it goes a long way towards knowing what steps to take. Because I remember when it first happened to me, I was 18, I had a nervous kind of twitch in my eyelid, and I straight away getting all these intrusive thoughts as if I was going to die. And I remember just being a complete state of panic. I was on a night shift for about 6 hours, and I managed to get a doctor's appointment later that day, and he told me it was just a panic attack, and that instantly removed it, and I thought I was okay then. But the problem is, if you've got trauma, it doesn't go away. The body keeps the score. A great book to read. The body kept the score for me as well, but I covered it up with alcohol, and over the years it would show its face now and again, and eventually when I got sober, then it fully came to the front with something called health anxiety. So knowing what it is gives you a great platform for the steps to take, and I'm sure that's how Randy Orton's seen it. Not knowing what it is the terrifying thing. You think you're going crazy, you think you're losing your mind, and you don't know why you can't stop thinking these thoughts. Then the body starts reacting to those thoughts. You're getting insomnia, all sorts of symptoms, and it can become chronic. So I'm so happy for him that he addressed it straight away, and that's why I run this channel, so that I can reach out and help somebody that's sitting there thinking they're going crazy, or there's something wrong with them, or they're broken. And I just want to let you know that you're not broken. You can reach out, and that's what my channel is all about. Feel free to comment. Come and join the Skool group, where I'll be helping, doing one-to-one sessions, helping with courses, and of course lots and lots of fun to be had in there as well, with lots of pro wrestling. You see, this pro wrestling was my lifeline. It was my escape, and I love it so much. And I know there's so many people watching pro wrestling that are maybe struggling with their mental health, and they don't want to reach out. And I hold Randy Orton up there as a great example. A real man, a real manly man, been through different things in his life, and admittedly went through phases of maybe being a bit of an arsehole. Lots of people have said, I don't know. But I think now he's matured, he's grown, he's a good guy. And for him to step out and say that to people, I took massive encouragement from it, and I hope you all do too. So that's what this channel's here for. So a little bit about Raw yesterday. People getting looked over. People are moaning about LA Knight again not getting the shot that he maybe deserves. He's been in the industry for a hell of a long time and still not reached that pinnacle yet. And there's a lot of people say he deserves it. Some people don't, but I think it's difficult, when you put your heart and soul into something and you really try, and then you keep getting looked over. It can feel like it's a question of your worth. Like, am I any good at this? What is the point in carrying on, and you start to question yourself. But I don't think LA Knight is that sort of person. Again, another person who spoke about mental health one week on a quick promo. I can't remember when it was, 3 or 4, maybe 5 months ago, but it was something about men crying, and he said, if men want to cry, you cry. And I thought, I love that. I love that he's putting that out there. So I don't think he's the kind of guy who will just go, I can give up. I think he'll keep going, and I love that about him. When he was giving that last gimmick, God, by Vince, I think. What was it? He was a male model or something like that. It was tragic, but he took it, ran with it, tried it. Didn't work, but thank God he got the LA Knight gimmick back. And I think he's gone on from strength to strength. But I do think that it seems like they don't have faith in him at this moment. Like, the people behind the scenes might not trust him to hold the title. I don't know. I think he'd be great. But yeah, those times where you're looked over, it's not a time to quit. That's not what that is telling you. You can change things, you can mix it up, but you keep going. The point is to believe in yourself. And at the end of the day, even if it doesn't come about, you'll have believed in yourself, and you'll have followed that path through. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. Once the fans stop cheering, and everybody's through singing your name, little Rocky quote, it's just going to be us, you know. And you've got to be able to know that you did your best, and if you weren't looked at, if you weren't put up front, that doesn't matter. What you know is that you stood up for yourself and you followed your own path. So that's great. Another guy who seems to get nothing but bad luck is Seth. We go right back to Seth when he broke out of the Shield. Wow, what a time to be alive. The Shield was so amazing, and he came out of that with the Authority, and he was so good at being bad. And then when he turned good, everybody loved it, and then it kind of soured and people didn't like it. It was my favourite version of Seth, the Burn It Down version, who fought the Fiend, and he kicked out of, like, what was it, 10 stomps or whatever, and eventually lost and went away and come back. And I thought a great gimmick for Seth then was the Saviour, was it? With the black leather gloves and everything. I thought that was great, and again, it just didn't quite catch on. I thought it became a little bit comedic. I remember him standing in the ring and getting cursed out by Cesaro, and it kind of lost his aura. And then he went away again, and he's come back as the laughing Seth, which I am not a fan of. It gets a little bit tiresome, the laughing and the crazy clothes. It's just not what I like. I'm not saying it's not good. If you like that sort of thing, that's cool. I just don't think he suits it. I think he's trying to get it over. That's what it feels like to me. It's like he's trying to make it work. And of course the crowd joins in. I'm not saying it's not working. I'm not saying he's not over. But just for me personally, I don't know if it's the best we can see from Seth. And now, again, another injury. The Vision, I feel like that story has been brought to a close early, and he's away now for, I'm not sure how long it is, I'll have to check, but it's like I seen him in an interview once talking about how he's never been the man. He's like the second guy, and I think it's right, and his talent deserves to be the man. Everything about him deserves to be the man. There's just something missing, and every time he's just reaching for it, it seems to get snatched away again. So I'm really hoping, because the place is a better place with Seth Rollins in it. So hopefully he gets fit and healthy, and we can get him back in, and hopefully I'd love to see him return as Burn It Down Seth. And if on a bigger scale, I would love Dean Ambrose to turn up and all three of them get back together and it's the Shield. But the chances of that happening, I don't know. So anyway, the kick out show today. I hope you've learned something about anxiety and stuff like that, and how it's not weak to reach out for help. That's what this channel is all about. I'd love you to come and join the Skool community, and I will help and support everybody every day as much as I can, and do it as a community. It'd be fantastic. So this has been the Kick Out Show. It's not about hitting the mat, it's all about the kick out. See you next time.